Bishmehonatayrabi. We, the Sabi Mandaean people, are a small ethno-religious group indigenous to South Mesopotamia, or modern-day Iraq and Iran. We have our own Mandaic language, our own holy book, the Ginzarabba, ancient texts and traditions, as well as ancient practices that have existed for over 2,000 years. Some of our teachings come from our prophet, John the Baptist, or Yahya Yohanna in Mandaic. Today, Mandaeans are a diaspora that exists worldwide. Since the 1980s and continuously to today, we have sought refuge in places like Australia due to constant war, violence, religious persecution and ethnic cleansing. Because of this, our population is estimated to be around only 50,000 worldwide, with over 8,000 presiding in New South Wales alone. These wars have led to trauma, PTSD and intergenerational trauma, which affects every Mandaean household all over the world. We have made Australia our new home. It is a home where we have been able to give every generation a second chance, where our generation is getting an education and working and contributing to Australian society every day. This is where future generations will be born into peace and prosperity, with the religious freedom to practice and preserve a culture on the brink of extinction. Currently, our Mandaic language is listed in UNESCO as an endangered language, with only an estimate of 200 people able to speak it worldwide. It is up to all of us as a society to maintain and preserve a peaceful culture that has been instructed to be pacifist, to be loving and kind, and to be one with the land and water.
Baptisms are at the centre of our practices and make up a large part of our identity. Therefore, we have adapted to practice our baptisms in the Nepean River for the last several decades. We are currently building a new Mendi near the river for the Mandaean community. A Mendi is a religious place of practice for the Sabian Mandaeans. This building is the first of its kind in a Western country and has been built appropriate to the traditional norms. The Mendi is more than a religious place of practice, but it is a landmark that serves the purpose of keeping an ancient civilization alive. One of the biggest teachings of Mandaeanism is the concept of pacifism. Being a pacifist group has allowed us to be one with the earth and accept all. Having a Mendi is important for the resettlement of Mandaeans. It allows us to continue with our spiritual journey that has been set for thousands of years. It also assists us in connecting with our new life and society in Australia.
Bishmehon adheyi Rabbi. Through all our struggles, the Mandaean people have been resilient to face off adversity. Through our persistence, our survival and our determination have allowed us to adapt through this diverse Australian community. It's given us a chance to rebuild and practice our ancestral traditions. The Sabian Mandaean Association in Australia has allowed us as the community to reconnect and integrate into Australia with much more success. Through our partnership established with SICK program, which established through STARTS, the Sabian Mandaean Association has been able to secure 2 community capacity building offices. This will allow us to unlock a new potential for the Mandaean community in Australia. Though there are many successes within our community, there are still many more Mandaeans seeking refuge, including the recent arrivals who would need to be much more support for the resettlement. We would like to call on my support, which will allow us to help our community realise our self-determination and develop a new society while still preserving the unique culture for many, many years. With limited resources, we've been able to achieve great milestones for the community. We believe that the more support from Australian communities such as STARTS will be able to unlock the full potential and continue to give back to society.
Honestly, before I started working for Mandaean community, I didn't know much about them. And as I get to know more about the Mandaean culture, how ancient it is, and especially it's an endangered culture at the moment, I got very moved about it. And their resilience and their will to keep moving forward is personally actually inspiring me, even in my personal endeavors. As part of human history, Mandaean culture belongs to all human beings, and as a human, I really truly do believe that it's on us to help them to keep their culture alive.